Nicolas Maduro says he's the first working-class president of Venezuela. He calls himself the son of socialist Hugo Chavez, and he has promised to fix Venezuela's enormous economic crisis.
If you re-elect me as president of Venezuela, I promise to completely defeat the economic war and to lead an economic revolution along with the working-class people.
But hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans who demonstrated last year blame him for actually causing the crisis he now says he can fix. Maduro grew up in a moderately well-off family in Caracas. His father was engaged in leftist politics and the labor movement. Maduro worked as a bus driver before he ran for office.
He is someone who works hard to overcome challenges. He's always been like that.
Manuel Berroteran and Nicolas Maduro studied politics together in Cuba as young men.
There's a media campaign against Maduro to make him look stupid. I know how smart he is. People just want to create a bad image of him, as they did with Chavez.
The late Hugo Chavez played a major role in Maduro's rise to power. After Maduro was elected as a deputy of the National Assembly, Chavez chose him as foreign minister and then as vice president and hand-picked successor.
If something happens to me and presidential elections have to be called, I beg you to elect Maduro as Venezuela's next president.
In March 2013, Maduro announced the death of Hugo Chavez. A few days later, Maduro was elected Venezuela's 50th president.
In the 5 years since Maduro became president, oil prices have collapsed, and Venezuela has become mired in a deep economic crisis with shortages of food, running water, and medicine. The country now has the world's highest rate of inflation.
But despite these problems, Maduro still wields enormous power. Last year's election set up a new pro-Maduro assembly of lawmakers, and they are now rewriting the constitution to give him even more influence.
Nowadays, Maduro is considered by many as a dictator. For other people, he represents the destruction of the legacy of Hugo Chavez. And for a tiny amount of Venezuelans, they still want him to be Venezuela's president.
Maduro largely blames Venezuela's economic crisis on the U.S. He has not directly answered how he plans to turn Venezuela's economy around. Yet, the combination of a manipulated electoral system and a weak opposition is expected to guarantee Maduro another 6-year term. Juan Carlos Lamas, TRT World, Caracas.